Hey yogis, welcome to your mat. Ali here. We are going to have a beautiful Hatha style flow class this afternoon, evening, whenever you're hitting play. No props are necessary. However, I always love to have one or two blocks handy just to bring the earth a little bit closer to your hands or your feet. It's also nice to have towards the end of class as we slow down, but again, not necessary. So we will begin today in an extended child's pose. Come to face the top of your mat. Take your knees as wide as feels good, as wide as your mat or closer together. Big toes to touch. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Crawl your arms forward. Let them be heavy the first few rounds of breath. And simply notice how you're coming to the space, how you're landing on the mat. Perhaps you just woke up and this is a beautiful way to start your day. You're feeling good. Or maybe you're hitting play towards the end of a busy day and you really just need to downshift, settle to ground. You could also be somewhere in between, and that's beautiful too. There's no wrong time to do yoga. Really, it's when you need to, when you have the time, and you can carve out the opportunity to tap into yourself. And so after doing a body scan and just checking in with how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, start to notice your breath. No need to alter, no need to change it just yet, but simply observe it. If it's short and choppy, or if it's slow and controlled. Take a deep breath in through your nose, really fill up in your belly, let the ribs expand, back of your heart lift up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Two more like that, inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Final one here, make it the most intentional breath in, really fill up. Take up time to get to the top of that inhale. And you think you've hit the top, sip in just a tiny bit more air. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. From here, we'll tap into our Ujjayi pranayama. So inhaling through the nose as you've been doing. But then as you exhale, exhale through your nose, restrict the muscles in the back of your throat to create a distant ocean wave sound. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Stay in this overall shape, but on your next inhale, crawl your fingertips an inch more forward, straightening the arms and lifting the elbows. As you exhale, energetically press your heels and hips towards one another. Another one like that. Inhale, crawl your fingertips a little bit longer. Feel some expansion in your upper back and shoulders, under the armpits. And as you exhale, energetically press the heels and hips towards one another. Keep this engagement. And as you inhale, crawl your fingertips a tiny bit more forward. As you exhale, walk your hands over towards the right. Option to take your left hand on top of your right hand, or reach the left fingertips off the right top corner of your mat and swing your right hand back by your right pinky side of your foot. Then as you breathe in, feel the expansion in your intercostal muscles of the left. So the muscles that hug around the rib cage, breathe in, expand. And as they exhale, they do soften, but they remain elongated, a gentle stretch. One more breath here, fill up. Exhale, soften and surrender. Inhale, crawl your fingertips back towards center. Exhale, walk your hands over to the left. Either take your right hand on top of your left or keep the right hand glued off the left edge of your mat. Swing your left fingertips back towards your left foot and toes. Drop the right armpit down. Press the forehead into the earth. Breathe in. Breathe up. Two more breaths. When you're ready, come back through center on your inhale. Spread your fingers, press into your finger pads, and then press on up to a tabletop pose. You might have to shimmy your knees under the hips or walk your hands under the shoulders. Now today we're focusing, anytime you're on your hands, spreading the fingers well, like you're a gecko, a mo'o, and press the finger pads down. You might press so much so into the finger pads that your knuckles lift up. You want to keep that engagement. Think of your finger pads pressing down into the earth and pulling back to the middle as if they were trying to close a fist, but your hand is on the mat so it can't become a fist. That engagement will help support your wrist, less weight on the wrist. Keep the engagement. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, round into cat. Flow through your cow-cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round. Couple of breaths here on your own, using your inhale to lengthen, expand the front line. And use your exhale to contract the core, open up your back body. Add in any organic movements. Maybe that's side to side, maybe it's circular. Whatever you need here, you have about 8 breaths. My intention for today's class is to be authentically you, whether that's expressing yourself in a different way on the mat, maybe doing the poses with a little bit of your own flair, or maybe that's thinking about how you can be authentically you off the mat, rather than trying to conform to what society tells you to do, or what you think you should be doing, or what you should look like or dress like. I invite you to fight that and do your own thing. Be playful, be you. You might find that the people that are drawn to you when you are yourself are your people, rather than the people that you assume that you should be associated with. One more full round of breath. Finish the exhale. Then on your next inhale, find a neutral spine. Extend your right leg long behind you, flex the right foot, and then pivot the pinky side of the foot down to square the hips. As you do this, tuck your belly into your spine. Opportunity to stay just like this. Or take your right leg up and over to the left side, maybe coming off of your left side of your mat. Look back at your right toes. You'll create a little side body stretch along the left or the right side, the right intercostals. You can stay here or come down to your left forearm and then reach your right fingertips past your left fingertips. And so as you look back at your right toes, first notice maybe you need a pedicure, maybe not, maybe you're looking good. And secondly, notice that this is the same shape, the same expansion that we had in that child's pose going from side to side. Take a deep breath in, feel the right side of your body lengthen and expand. And a deep breath out. One more inhale, fill up. And go just a little deeper as you exhale. Beautiful. Place your right hand under the right shoulder, pressing to your left hand. Lift the right leg up, opportunity to stay, or reach your left arm forward. So you have your right leg, left arm, tuck the belly in, breathe in, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale for length, spinal balance. Exhale, crunch either elbow to knee or past the elbow beyond the knee. Last one, inhale for length. Exhale, pulse it in for 4, for 3. You've got 2. Hold it in here. Now keep the right knee in, place your left hand down, shift forward, cross the right ankle in front of the left, so you're in a cross-legged tabletop. Shimmy back to the middle of your mat. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart, modified cow pose. Exhale, push the earth away, round and turn inward, modified cat. One more full breath, inhale. And exhale. Find a neutral spine. Widen your feet, so creating a little bit of space. Walk your hands back. As you do, your hips will land between your feet. Now, odds are your right hip is kind of jacked up, lifted up. If that's the case, press into your hands. Shift slightly to the left. two options here. You can either have the right knee somewhat lifted, or try to separate the feet and stack one knee over the other, so you're in this shoelace style in the leg. Many opportunities here. It's early in class, so this is targeting your iliopsoas, your upper outer hip. If it's tight, I invite you to stay up, grab a hold of your shins like you're riding a bike, your shins being the handlebars. If you have more to go, you can fold forward. You can also twist over to the right if you want more of a twist. We will be incorporating lots of twists today and side body stretching, so just decide what you need here. Maybe this upright seated position is just what you need. Either way, soften the shoulders. Focus on being authentically you. What do you need in this pose? If you need to pull back, lift the right knee up. If you want to go deeper, shimmy the feet apart so that you're stacking the right knee on top of the left and dropping them down to the earth. And be playful. Notice when you get to poses that might be a challenge for you physically, where your mind goes, and if you start to have like negative thoughts, or like, I can't wait to get the F out of this pose, we've been there, just exhale, let it go, breathe in, and then soften with each exhale. Think of it as a blessing that you can move your body rather than a frustration that you're in a pose that's challenging. And then we take this lesson off the mat. Yeah, we can stick with the easy things in life, and that's great, fine. But sometimes the most rewarding things in life come after an uphill climb, after a challenge. So just notice where your uphills come into practice and when you can cruise into the downhills. Take one more breath. Stay for the exhale. Okay, a funky transition out of this. Release your hands, rise your spine as you breathe in. As you exhale, take your hands to the left side of your mat, the left side of your thigh. Turn your sole of foot down. If you take my class often, you know I love this transition. Option to shimmy your feet a little closer to one another. As you inhale, press into your hands, press into your feet, lift your hips, spin to the back of your mat, continue to roll around, come to the front. You are in the same pose on the other side. If you got lost along the way, just take a seat, come into Gomukhasana with the left leg on top. Then notice if this side is your tighter side or more open side. If it's a little tighter, perhaps you keep that knee lifted up. If this is your more open side, you can place your hands down, shimmy your hips on over to the right, walk your feet away from one another, hold on to this pose. Typically this is my more open side, but in training season for the marathon, I just ran 20 miles the other day and this hip is feeling spicy. And so rather than judging and saying, well, this is usually my more open side, why can't I get deeper into the pose? Just respecting your body where it is today. Your physical body is a representation of everything that happens to you mentally, emotionally, and physically, obviously. And so just getting a tricky night's sleep or having a little bit more stress at work can totally change your practice. You might be holding tension in the hips and the shoulders. Just be mindful of that. Think of each time you're on the mat as a different experience, a different opportunity, a brand new beginning. Try not to judge where you are today as opposed to where you were yesterday or last month. And just be gentle with yourself. 2 more breaths. One more full inhale. And a full exhale. Okay, my friends, when you're ready to come out, we're taking all of those poses in reverse flow on this side. So start by placing your hands in front of you as you shimmy your knees closer towards their proper side, walking your feet in. Roll on up, place your hands down, and then pull that left knee in. Right, hold it here. Now lift your right hand, pulse it right elbow to left knee for 4, for 3, for 2. Inhale for length. Exhale, tuck elbow to knee. Inhale for length. As you exhale, elbow to knee or elbow goes beyond the knee towards the shin. There's one more, breathe in. And exhale. Inhale for spinal balance, lengthen. Tuck the belly in towards your spine. And then place the right hand down. Flex your left foot, pivot the pinky side of the left foot down to square the hip. Feel this engagement here, right? So you're using shoulders, you're using core, you're using low back, your booty, your hamstring, all of the above. Stay here for a breath in. As you exhale, cross the left leg over to the right side of your mat. Gaze back at your left toes. Option to stay here on your hands or drop down to your right forearm. Then reach your left hand past your right hand to create a side body stretch along the left side of your body. And then re-gaze down at your left toes. Feel a deep inhale, expanding the left side of your body. And feel a deep exhale, go a little deeper. One more breath in, fill up. One more breath out, let go. As you inhale, gaze down at your mat, walk your left hand under the left shoulder, press into your right hand. Lift the left leg up, adding on just one pose each side here. Bend into your left knee, point or flex your foot, your choice. Reach your right fingertips forward, reach them up, reach them back, grab for the inner arch or inner ankle of your left foot. Then you can stay here pulling the heel to your booty, or you can kick the left leg up, opening up the right pecs, relaxing the right shoulder down. This is an active stretch in your left quads, the front of your thigh. You can kick the shin away and up to get a little bit more space. One more breath in. As you exhale, gently release, spinal balance. Lower down, wag your tail. Extend the right leg long, flex the foot, bend in the knee. Maybe you stay here, this is working your hamstrings. If you want to add on, extend the left arm forward, up to the sky, reach it back, grab for the inner ankle or inner arch of the foot. Then either pull the heel towards your booty or kick the heel up as you press the shin away. Nice. 2 more breaths. Filling that space across the left pecs, breathe in. As you exhale, gently release, spinal balance. And then tabletop pose. Take a lateral side to side movement from left to right. Eventually finding stillness, tuck your toes under, lift your knees to hover. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, lower the knees just an inch above the earth. One more inhale. Exhale, down dog, lengthen your stance, become an upside down V, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Spread the fingers, press into the finger pads, roll the soft part, the eye of your elbow forward, shifting the bicep forward. Then drop your head down, gaze between your thighs or up towards your belly button. You can play with kind of bobbing here or wagging your tail, walking your dog, bend into one knee or the other. And then when you do happen to find stillness, energetically press your heels down, lift your toes up. Heels down, toes up. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale, fill up. As you exhale, start to walk your hands to the back of your mat. When you get there, fingertips to the earth or hands to shins. Lengthen your spine, Ardha, meaning half. Uttanasana, fold, so halfway lift, halfway fold. Exhale, surrender. Root down to rise, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Grab a hold of your left wrist, arc up and over to the right. I'm just spinning so you can see. Sass your hips to the left, fingertips to the right, and then notice your right armpit. Can you shift the right armpit forward? Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open twist to the right. Tee out your arms, turn open to the right. Check your hips as you go. Your right hip wants to go back with the right arm. Keep the right hip forward so that the two hips are in one straight line. Gaze back at your right thumb. Inhale, rise on up, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, grab the right wrist, arc up and over. So you want to get length and then surrender. Hips go to the right, fingertips to the left. Take your left armpit, send it forward, and go deeper. Press equally into both feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open twist to the left. Keep your hips square by pressing belly to spine. Look back at your left thumb. Try not to shorten your breath as you're twisting. Try to keep it long and controlled. Inhale, rise on up. As you exhale, cactus your arms. Shift your heart forward and up. Open the heart, Anubhutasana. Gaze up towards the sky, hips go forward. Shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, hands through heart center, hinge at your hips, bend at your knees, hold on down. Inhale, half lift, gaze at the top of your mat. Exhale, crawl out to high plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Notice your fingers, spread your fingers well. We're coming back to this later in class. Lower halfway down, squeeze the elbows into the ribs. Inhale, come to the tops of your feet, upward facing dog, stay. A lot of people go right through this pose as if it's just a transition. It's a pose in and of itself. So as we enjoy this, press finger pads down, stack the shoulders over the wrist, relax the shoulders. Gaze back at your feet, make sure that you're on the tops of your feet and that your heels aren't going out. Proud chest, long belly, breathe in. Exhale, down dog, pike up at your hips, roll over your toes, send your booty to the sky. One more inhale. As you exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Grab your left wrist, arc up and over to the right. We're gonna add on a little bit here, my friends. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, just gaze forward. Look at your left thumb. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Cross your right arm over your left. Crisscross arms. Either hug yourself or come into eagle arms. If you have eagle arms, send your elbows forward, fingertips high. Create space between your scapula, your shoulder blades. Option to stay here, upright, or bend at your hips, hinge at your knees, fold. Anytime you fold, let your head be heavy, shake it out. You spend all day carrying this bowling ball above your shoulders, let it go. Inhale, unwind, root to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Grab the right wrist, exhale, go up and over to the left. Inhale through center, exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale, just gaze forward at your right thumb. Left arm comes up and over, cross the arms. Either hug yourself or come into eagle arms. Elbows forward, fingertips high, breathe in. How can you be uniquely you? Perhaps that's staying right here upright. Or maybe you bend and hinge, surrender, and fold. Root down to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, cactus your arms, Anubhutasana. Open your heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, surrender and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crawl out to a high plank. I'm gonna add on a little bit here. From here, lift your right heel to hover. Exhale, knee to nose. Straighten your right leg in front of your left, so it's cross-legged. Send your booty up to the sky, so it's a cross-legged down dog. We're gonna come back to this transition quite a bit in class. Press into your right toe mound. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, straighten the left leg in front of the right, cross-legged down dog. Inhale, shift forward, uncross the legs, take your chaturanga high to low. You can always skip it and go straight to down dog. One more time, my friends, adding on just one more posture in this flow. Take a breath in. As you exhale, ragdoll at the back of your mat. Now walk your hands to the back of your mat. Widen your feet to hips width or slightly wider. Grab opposite elbows and just dangle. In yin, we call this dangling pose. In hatha and vinyasa, we call it a ragdoll. Now keep your ragdoll arms. Notice how your forearms are above your head. That's gonna stay the same. As you inhale, come up to the right. As you exhale, go down to the left. 2 more sunflower rolls. Inhale up to the right. Exhale down to the left. Last time this direction, inhale upright. Exhale down left. When you get to the bottom, switch the forearm that's in front. Then inhale up to the left. Exhale down to the right. 2 more, inhale up. Exhale down. Last one this direction, inhale it up. And exhale it down. When you get to the bottom, release your hands like they're wet noodles like the mane. And then inhale, hands to shins, look halfway up. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Grab the left wrist, arc up and over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, open up to the right. Inhale, gaze forward, right arm over left. Bear hug, eagle arm, stand or fold, up to you. Maybe right now you try something different. You could always add in the back bend rather than a fold. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Grab the right wrist, arc up and over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale, gaze forward, left arm over the right. Hug yourself, eagle arms. Stay standing, fold forward, or take a back bend, your choice. Inhale, rise up. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, open your heart, Anubhutasana. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, surrender and fold. Inhale, half lift. Doing great. Exhale, high plank and hold. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten the right leg in front of the left. Cross-legged down dog. Press into the right toe mound. Inhale, lift left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Cross-legged down dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank, uncross your legs. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, right leg reaches. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straight-legged, cross-legged down dog. Then walk your hands to the back of your mat. So you're in a cross-legged fold. As you inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Keep your legs. Grab your left wrist. Exhale, arc up and over to the right, hips to the left. Inhale through center, plant your right foot. Bring your left knee up, Ekapada, Tadasana. Eka meaning one, Pada meaning foot. Tadasana is standing pose, so one-footed standing pose. You can stay right here. There's going to be a couple other layers, so either hold this or open up to the left by teeing out your arms. You can keep the arms wide or take your right hand to your left outer knee. Those are the options for this first round. We'll add on opportunities in round 2 and 3. Breathe in. If you're twisting, twist deeper as you breathe out. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Straighten the left leg, victory pose. Take a giant step forward. Inhale, airplane. Sweep your arms back behind you, lift your right leg, point or flex your right foot, yogi's choice. Gaze down at the top edge of your mat and reach your pinkies towards one another. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Slowly bend into your left knee, step your right toes behind you, power lunge. Tuck your belly in so your belly is hovering over the left thigh. Continue to reach your arms back behind you. Keep your legs as they are. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Breathe in. Maybe you add a slight back bend as you breathe out. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, frame your left foot. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg reaches up. Exhale, scorpion your dog. Take any movements here. If you do scorpion your dog, pivot the left armpit down. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, straighten the left leg, cross-legged down dog. As you exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise, or Hastasana. Grab the right wrist, work up and over to the left. Inhale through center. Get grounded in the front left foot. Unwind the right leg, Ekapada Tadasana. Now you can stay here, or you can twist and open up to the right. Either keep your arms separating like a big giant T or wings, or take your left hand to your right outer knee to help you twist a little bit deeper. Continue to breathe. Inhale, come through center, straighten the right leg, victory pose. This pose looks so easy, but it's so hard. Breathe in. As you exhale, giant step forward, airplane as you breathe in. Squeeze pinkies together, breathe out, stay. Slowly bend into the right knee. Place your left foot to the back of the mat, power lunge. Set yourself up for success, a 90-degree bend in the front knee. Stack your left heel over your left toe mound. Keep your legs. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Breathe in. As you exhale, hands frame the right foot. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, bend your right knee, scorpion your dog. Take any movements. Just notice if your right armpit is lifting up. Try to bring the right armpit down if it is lifting high. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, straighten the right leg, cross-legged down dog. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Grab the left wrist, exhale, open to the right. Inhale through center. This time your right foot plants, your left leg comes up. Now again, option to stay, just squeeze on the middle, or option to open up. You can also place that right hand to your outer knee, or today in this round, maybe you lift that left knee a little higher. Take your right hand to the pinky side of your left foot. You can stay here. Or if the standing right leg is straight, kick the left leg forward. Gaze back at your left thumb. Drop your right hip down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the left leg where it is. Inhale, victory pose. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, airplane. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, high crescent. Adding on, exhale, hands to heart, hinge forward. Exhale, twist to the left, hook the right tricep to the left thigh. Press palms together to help you twist a little deeper. Gaze up to the sky if you're feeling comfortable. Gaze to the left if you're in the middle. Gaze down if you need to feel more stable. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, unwind, reach up, high crescent. Exhale, frame the left foot. Inhale, three-legged, left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, stack your hips, scorpion your dog. Option to flip your dog and get wild if that's in your practice. And when you're ready, three-legged dog, lift left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, cross-legged down dog. Exhale to the back of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Grab the right wrist, stack up over to the left. Inhale through center. Left leg stays standing, right knee comes up. Stay here. Option to open twist. Left hand can come to right knee. Or if you're feeling stable, lift the right knee a little higher. Reach down with your left hand, grab the pinky side of the right foot. Maybe this is where you stay today. Or perhaps you kick the right leg forward. Inhale, victory pose. Exhale, giant step forward. Inhale, airplane, arms reach back. Exhale, power lunge. Left leg back. I'm gonna step up slow on the mat space. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, hand start. Inhale, shift forward in the spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Hook your left tricep to the right thigh. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, hands frame right foot. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, bend your knee. Scorpion your dog, flip, get wild, do whatever you like to do here. Be authentically you, be playful. Inhale, three-legged when you're ready. Exhale, right knee to yours. Last time through, straighten the right leg, cross-legged down dog. Hold here for a breath. As you exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise, or Urdhva Hastasana. Grab the left wrist. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale through center, lift the left leg up. Exhale, open twist. You can stay. Any of the other options, right hand can come to left outer knee. You can reach down and grab a hold of the pinky side of your left foot. You can straighten the leg. You can also do this without holding the foot. I'm feeling kind of sore after the run, so I'm gonna hold, but if you're feeling super spicy, keep the twist, keep the leg lifted, but don't hold. Take another breath in. And up. Inhale, victory pose, come through center. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, airplane. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, torso over the front left leg. Exhale, twist. An opportunity to press the palms together. Bring your thumb knuckles to your sternum, the center of your chest. Or if you want to expand, you can open your wings. Take another breath in and another breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, high crescent, rise up. As you exhale, frame the left leg. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, final opportunity to open the hip. Find stillness, find movement, flip your dog, get wild, you do you. Inhale, straighten the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten and cross down dog. Hold here for a breath. Exhale, let it out. One more inhale. As you exhale, walk to the back of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Grab the right wrist, track over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, right knee up. Twist it if you want to. Add on if you crave it. If it's a way of expressing yourself that helps you, take it. If you do grab a hold of the pinky side of the right foot and kick it away, if you're feeling really good, you can do the same without holding the leg. It's super hard, in my humble opinion. Inhale, victory pose. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, airplane. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, rise up, high crescent. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, twist. Stay with the prayer position. Trying to press and twist so your thumb knuckles are in line with your sternum, or opportunity to straighten your arms. Gaze down, gaze to the side, gaze up. Take what you need here. One full breath in. Stay for the breath up. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, frame your right foot, lift it up. And final option to take any movement. Maybe it's circling your ankle, wiggling your toes, flipping, getting wild. Breathe in. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, child's pose, brief intermission. Hips go back just like we started class. This time though, press your palms up to the sky. This will help create space between your scapula. It'll stretch out the rhomboids, the muscles around your shoulders. A little relaxation in the deltoids, upper outer arms. Sway your forehead from side to side. And then when you do feel ready, palms go down, come up to tabletop pose. Walk your knees in so they're under the hips. And then a brief Hatha puppy dog pose. So from your hips to your toes, you're staying exactly the same. Only thing that's changing is the line of your spine. It's gonna angle down as your arms reach forward. Now you can hang out here looking at your fingers. You can drop your forehead down to the mat. You can crawl your hands a little wider away from you and bring your chin down. Or if you're feeling more open or wanting that space, drop your chest down towards the earth. This is a great chance to put blocks under your hands. You're here for 3 breaths. If you're enjoying it, stay. If you're ready to move on, inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, walk your hands under the shoulders. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, a shorter than usual down dog. Then widen your feet to almost as wide as your mat. Place your left hand down, lift your right hand. Right hand will grab left outer ankle. Pull the right hand into the left ankle and then twist through. You might look at your left armpit. If you're practicing with people, maybe you're looking at them. Release. Right hand down. Lift the left hand grabs the right outer ankle. Pull the left hand to help corkscrew and twist you a little bit deeper as you energetically press your heels down. Come through your short down dog, wag your tail, walk your feet into hips with distance, press the heels down. And then inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, little steps to the top of your mat. When you get there, hands to shins, look halfway up, relax your shoulders down. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, booty down, arms high. I'm going to pivot to face you, but you'll all be facing the front of your mat. So option, stay here in chair pose. Notice if your lower lumbar spine is like arcing upwards like a duck butt, tuck it under by engaging your low core. You can stay here. You can bring your hands to heart center. If you want to move on, there's two opportunities here. So you can take any opportunity, any change, any modification. Be authentically you, express yourself. If you're with me, inhale, torso over thighs. Exhale, we twist to the right. Hook the left tricep to the right thigh, press the hands towards your heart. You can stay here. You can open your wings. If you want to play with a little bit of arm balance, lift your heels, drop your booty down. Okay, and then you want to shimmy your left tricep as high up as possible where it connects to your right leg. Two ways to place your hands. You can either place your hands towards the right, and that will give your right knee and your right hip a space to land. Or if you're a little bit more up for a challenge or you feel good in your balance, I personally love taking fingers towards the front of the mat, and the only point of contact will be your left tricep to your right thigh. So decide what works for you. It could be what feels better in your shoulders, what feels safer. Take what you need. Either way, your hands are shoulder width apart. You're spreading your fingers well, just like we did earlier. Spread fingers well, press into your finger pads. Finger pads are your brake system for arm balances, so you don't tip forward. Worst case, if you do, somersault, make a fun sound. Okay, so if you're with me, fingertips are pressing down. As you inhale, shift over the right pinky. As you do, your booty will lift. Then imagine that you're a dog at a fire hydrant. As you bend your elbows like you're taking a chaturanga push-up, right? So bending elbows back, lift your left leg. Maybe you shift forward more and your right leg comes up. If you're feeling safe and stable, straighten your legs. Bottom leg forward, top leg back. And you can come on up. All right, we're gonna fold forward, hips go high, fold on down. If you're still playing, go for it. Otherwise, to reset, widen your feet to hips with distance. Peace fingers around big toes. As you inhale, bend your knees, look halfway up. As you exhale, keep your knees bent. Just drop your head and torso down. Elbows come out wide. Press your big toes down. As your peace fingers pull up, this will activate your biceps. We don't really use our biceps in yoga often. This is a great opportunity to do so. Then straighten-ish your legs. Again, if you're still playing with side crow, this is a great time to go back, play with it. Hit pause. That's the beauty of YouTube online classes. You can pause it to practice. Typically in a class, I'm not doing the poses. I'm actually just coming around and adjusting, doing some hands-on support. So give it a try. See what it feels like without somebody there holding you up. Okay, friends, if you're with me, release the bind of your hands, halfway lift. Walk your feet towards one another. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Good. Now you can stay here. You can take hands to heart center. Those are two options that are fabulous. Great way to express yourself. If you want to go further, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, twist to the left. You're hooking your right tricep to your left thigh. Okay, you can stay here. If you want to play with taking flight, lift your heels, drop your booty down, and then adjust. So shimmying your right tricep, the higher it is in connection to your left leg, the more stable you're going to feel. So I like to really get small and squeeze. Then keep that connection by pressing your left leg into your right arm resists by pressing back. It's also a nice stretch along your right side body. So you can stay here. Fingertips can go towards the left or fingertips towards the front, yogi's choice. Both are great options. If you want to try it out, Hands are as wide as shoulders. Spread the fingers, press into the finger pads. Shift over your left hand. And then lift your right leg like you're a dog at a fire hydrant. Maybe this is where you stay today, or maybe you lean forward even more and lift the bottom left leg. You can straighten the legs. You can keep them bent. You can do whatever feels good for you here. Enjoy 3 more breaths. All right, team, when you're feeling complete, when you're feeling you've had enough, slowly come down, place your hands down, lift your hips. Once again, widen your feet. This time, take your hands under your feet for gorilla pose. So the palms of your hand and soles of your feet are connected. So you look like a gorilla. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Drop your head. Now, when I say being playful, my classes are usually a little bit wacky. I always offer, if there's a pose that has an animal name, make the animal sound, be playful, who cares? Nobody cares. So if you have a good gorilla pose, a gorilla sound, go for it, shake your head, make some gorilla sounds. Press your hips up. Stay in the gorilla pose, but energetically, try to separate your shins. You can do so by pressing your heels down and out. So your legs won't move, you'll just feel some space, like your booty is expanding wider, and you're separating your lower back. So you're creating more space in the lower back, the lumbar spine, the sacrum. Take another breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift, shimmy your feet towards one another. Exhale, fold. If you got off track, come to the top of your mat. We're almost to our backs. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, tuck and curl. Lift your heels, drop your booty down, and then hug in front of your shins. Make yourself a little ball. Okay, then keep your heels lifted, unwind your arms, reach them forward. Widen your knees for some counterbalance, and slowly lower your sit bone down for boat pose. Options for boat. Heels can be down, heart lifted. So instead of rounding your back, lift your heart, lean back until your transverse abs are engaged. If you have a block, you might want to use it. 2 opportunities. I'm actually going to show you how to use 2 blocks in this pose to make it harder. You don't need it, but just for fun. So if you have 2 blocks or you have 2 books like Harry Potter with thickness, take one between your upper thighs, squeeze the block. Anytime you squeeze your thighs into midline, your transverse abdominals engage. You can stay here with your heels down. You can also lift your heels up, keep a bend in the knees, or you can straighten your legs and then spread your toes. Okay, squeeze that block like it's $1 million. Hold it, don't lose it. If you have another block, take it between your hands, either the skinny way, or I kind of like the middle way. Squeeze that, that'll activate your pecs. All right, you can stay in stillness or slow and controlled Russian twist. We go to the right, exhale, center. Inhale, left, exhale, center. Right and left. Squeeze both blocks. You have 4 slow with the pause in the middle. Last 3. Option to get rid of that pause in the middle in 2. Squeeze the block, don't forget. If you don't have a block, just pretend. And then get rid of the pause in the middle. You go right, left, left. You have just 8. Pulse it to the right in 6. If you don't have blocks, just imagine you do press palms together, squeeze thighs together. Last 3, last 2. Pulse to the right for 4, 3, 2, to the left. We go 4, 3, 2. Ditch the block in your hands, legs up the wall. Slide the block between your feet if you have. If not, just energetically squeeze your legs together. Hands behind your head like you're going to do a crunch. Lower halfway down, hold, squeeze. Lower to hover, squeeze. Exhale, lift it up. Nice, 2 more. Lower halfway, hold, squeeze. Lower to hover, hold. Exhale, lift it up. Last one, lower halfway, press that lower back down. Lower to hover, hold here. Spell playful in cursive. I teach first grade, so you can do sound spelling, you can do book spelling. Woo! When you're done, hold your legs up. If you want more, reach your arms overhead, hollow body for 3. Legs up the wall in 2. Release the block, legs up the wall, climb the rope. We go 4, 3. Go for the toes, 2. Pulse it to the right for 4, 3, 2. To the left we go, 4, 3. Yogi bicycles in 2. Hands behind your head, straight like bicycles. We go right and left. You can bend your knees if you need to. If you want to keep your legs straight for added challenge, go for it. You got 4, 3. You know we're pulsing to the right in 2. Pulse to the right, steeple your grip. We go up for 4, 3, 2. To the left we go, 4, 3, 2. Full body stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale. Get a little longer in your next in-breath. As you exhale, hug your knees in. Rock and roll the length of your spine. Cross at your ankles, tabletop pose, or high plank. Exhale, down dog. One more playful pose, then we're on our backs, Aristocrats. Okay, we've been here before. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, cross-legged down dog. Hold. You can stay here if you're like, I'm done. I'm just chilling. Hang out. Cool. Great. If you want to take one more option for an arm balance, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Keep your legs crossed. Inhale, halfway lift. Now your right leg is in front of your left. I'm going to scoot to the middle of the mat and pivot to face you. Okay, so right leg is in front of the left. What you're going to do is come to your tippy toes, widen your knees so that you're crossing at the ankles. Yeah, just hang out here. Whoop. Option to stay. Or come into cross-ankled crow pose. So you'll shift forward. So chaturanga arms, yeah? You're gonna bend your elbows back towards your toes. Spread your fingers well, look forward. Knees come to triceps, maybe your toes lift. I'm gonna turn to show you what it looks like from profile. It's a traditional crow just with crossed ankles. So knees come up to the triceps, shift forward, look forward, lift 1 or 2 toes. And then options, stay. You can uncross your feet. I'm gonna go off camera probably for this next one, transition, but if you want to, if you're feeling good, as you exhale, shoot back, chaturanga. So you'll kick your legs back. And then inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We have just one side. And back on in. Take a deep breath to reset. Shake your head as you let go. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, cross-legged down dog. Hips go up. Stay. Hang out here. This is a great place to be. If you want to add on, walk your hands to the back of the mat. I'm going to crawl my hands up just so I'm in the frame, but you'll crawl your hands to the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Again, you can stay here. This is great. Otherwise, inhale, half lift. As you exhale, keep your ankles crossed, widen your knees, right? So left leg is in front. It's like you're doing a little curtsy squat. Take your hands down as you do chaturanga arms. Instead of a traditional push-up where elbows go out at a 45, in yoga, we do tricep push-ups, so the elbows bend back towards the back of your mat. So you create like a 90-degree angle in your arms. That's a shelf where your legs go. So, let's go back just a bit. Hands down, knees to triceps, shift forward, lean forward. Maybe you lift 1 foot, maybe you lift 2 feet. Press into the finger pads as brake systems. You can hang here if you feel it. You can uncross your legs if you're able to. And final option for chaturanga, if you want, on your exhale, kick your legs back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Take your hands as wide as your mat, come onto your fingertips. Inhale, intimidating cobra. Exhale, drop your left shoulder, look under your right. Inhale through center. Exhale through side. One more each way, inhale. Exhale, dip. Inhale. Exhale, dip. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Tee out your arms. Glue your legs together, almost your low back issues, then take your legs as wide as your hips. Press the tops of your feet down, so much so that your knees lift, have active legs. And then as you inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, lift your arms. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Shimmy your hands underneath your body, palms down. Think your fingertips are reaching towards your knees. Your forearms are upper thighs to your hips. And your upper arms are just squeezing down into the mat. Press your chin down. Inhale, lift the right leg up. So the right hip presses into the right forearm. Breathe in. And drop it down. Other side, inhale, lift the left leg up. Breathe. And release. Shimmy your arms a little closer together so pinkies touch and bring them lower down towards your knees. Kiss your mat. And then lift both legs as you inhale. Press finger pads down. Press forearms down. Lift legs up. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down. Take your arms out. Circle the wrists. And when you're ready, flip yourself over, sunny side up. If you have a fun transition, go for it. When you get to your back, feet as wide as your mat, place one hand on your belly, one on your heart. Windshield wipe your legs left and right. Hug your knees in towards your chest, grab your shins. Shoulders relax, back of your head melts. You can stay in this little ball called Apanasana. Or flex your feet to the sky, take happy baby. You can grab outer arches of your feet, inner arches of your feet are my personal favorite. Peace fingers around big toes. If you have tight hips and inner thighs from running, peace fingers around big toes give you just a little bit more space to ground the lower back down. So when you're in this posture, happy baby, if you notice your lower back lifting up, press it down, even if that means straightening your legs a bit or bringing your legs closer, coming out of the shape. It's more important to have a long spine, tailbone down. You can test that by rolling side to side. If your tailbone is down, you're all good. You can just roll. If your tailbone is lifted, you're probably gonna roll all the way over to your side. Take another breath in. As you exhale, cross your right leg over your left like you're sitting in a chair. We did this pose earlier sitting down, so I invite you to see what it feels like on your back, supine. Bring your knees in towards your chest, grab a hold of your shins. So my left hand is on my right shin, my right hand is on my left shin. Now you can stay right here. You'll probably feel this in your right side of your booty, your glute minimus, medius. If you want a little more, lift your head, grab underneath your feet to the pinky side of your feet, and then relax your head down. If your head doesn't drop down, hold onto your shins like you're riding a bicycle. If you can, grab under your feet to the pinky side of your feet. Let your head soften down. Then you're in charge of how deep you go. You can have feet ideally on the same plane. Again, I'm super tight, so you'll notice that my bottom leg is a little bit closer to my booty. That's just a modification that works for me today. Play with the pose, make it authentically supportive of you and what you need. Take a breath in. As you exhale, keep your legs, tee out your arms. Place your left foot down, press into your left foot to shimmy your hips to the right, and drop your legs to the left. Supine twist. Daisy's coming into the camera. Daisy, come on over. Hi. Hey girl. Take your left hand to your right outer knee and gaze over to the right. This is the girl that's probably been breathing into the camera all class, if you notice. Good girl. I think her leg fell asleep. Take a breath in. And out. Inhale, come through center. Unwind your legs, make it sexy. Switch to the other side, or not. Grab your shins, pretend like you're riding that bike. E.T. style. That was my favorite movie growing up, in case anybody wanted to know. If you can go deeper, lift your head, crunch it up. Right hand grabs underneath the left foot, the pinky side. Left hand grabs underneath the right foot, pinky side. Squeeze the legs together, lower down. And just breathe. We store a lot of repressed emotions in the root chakra. That's your area of safety, stability, and security. And so physically, that translates to your lower hips and roots, your legs, your stems. And so notice how you're feeling. Notice when you do clench and when you tighten, whether it's your shoulders or whether it's your hips. It could be something you tense up when you're driving, that you do it so often you don't even know that you're tensing up. And try to soften it. Be a little bit more mindful of your body as you move on with your day, with your evening, with your week, with your month. How can you soften? Release the bind of your hands. Tee out your arms, drop your bottom right foot down. Press into your right foot to shift the hips to the left. Let your legs drop to the right. Right hand comes to left outer leg for a little bit of a self-adjustment, and gaze over the left side. And so often in yoga classes, people come and they think, I don't come to yoga because I'm not flexible and I don't look like the people there. And that's why you should come, right? People that are super flexible or hypermobile aren't engaging their muscles all the time. What we want is, I say, less range of motion, but more activity. So working the muscles as you stretch them. If you're not flexible, you're not going to get flexible by avoiding it. You're going to get flexible by stretching, by lengthening, by breathing into poses. And so if you've ever heard or felt like, oh man, I'm not a yogi body or a yoga person, everyone can be. Take little 5-minute increments to take care of yourself, to stretch, to release, to open. And then you'll find that you start to crave more time, and then it just becomes a practice. It becomes part of your life. Come through center. Unwind your legs, place your feet down. Hips width distance as close to your booty as possible, so you can reach down with your fingertips and touch the ankles. You can stay right here or press into your feet. Lift your hips, shimmy your arms, shimmy your shoulders together. Option to interlace your hands under your back for bridge pose. If you have blocks or a book, you can also put your sacrum, your low back on to the props. We'll go there for the second round. Actually, we'll go there the third round, because we're going to do something different the second round. Breathe in. You can stay here. Or as you exhale, lower down. We're going to do 3 variations of that pose. That was 1, bridge pose. That's great. You can relax and go back into that with bound hands. You take bound hands again, palms pressed down, and your pinky side of your hand will touch the earth. That creates space in the chest. If you have shoulder stand in your practice, you can come into shoulder stand too. So you can set it up like bridge. Hips go high. I like to take my hands underneath my low back. Some people prefer just to kick on up, but I like to come to my heels, kick one leg up,
and then the other, then I shift my fingertips as if I'm putting my hands in pockets, and before I go any higher, I'm shimmying my forearms together. Hands go to the low back, press your hands into your low back, lift your head, lift your legs, not your head. Keep your gaze towards the ceiling, point your toes. So ideally, you have your toes over your ankles over the knees, knees over the hips, hips over the heart. Gaze up. Now, if you're in supported bridge the other way, you can just drop down at any time. If you're with me in shoulder stand and you want to go to plow, hinge at your hips. Bring your feet behind your head. Stretch your arms forward. Toes can be down, or you can untuck your toes. Then option, don't turn your head, just listen. Interlace your hands. Stretch your knuckles towards the front of your mat. Take a breath in. And up. Release the bind of your hands. Palms go down. Walk your feet in, bend at your knees. Ear pinning pose. You can also grab your feet to drop down a bit more. Little breaths. Slowly come out, unwind, root, legs go long, hands underneath your low back, squeeze shoulders together, drop your head back, fish pose. If you want the more traditional fish pose, drop the crown of your head down. So it's crown of your head and booty down, you're lifting your belly up, send your legs and arms up. Exhale, lower down, hug the knees in. Okay, friends, final round of an option for bridge pose. If you have a block or a book, grab it. Place your feet down, hips width distance, close to your booty. Press into your heels, lift your hips, slide the block, either the first setting under your sacrum or the second setting. Get heavy, just release. Arms come out wide. And this is a great way to take supported bridge pose. It's an inversion. Your hips and heart are above your head. It's great to activate the parasympathetic system, the rest and digest. Get us out of the sympathetic state that we spend most of our lives in. However, if you want some hip extension, because our hips are flexed here, to extend them, simply straighten your legs. Oh, sorry, days. And maybe your arms come out wide or overhead. I love this pose as a counter, especially if you're in the car a lot or you sit behind a desk at a chair. If you teach first grade and you're crisscross on the floor a lot, your hips are in flexion, meaning your knee is coming up towards the chest. And so this shape is an extension of the front line of your hip. We don't often get that in our day-to-day life unless you're doing yoga or just like dancing around. And so just notice what it feels like in the front line of your hips. You're welcome to stay here as long as this feels good. Whether you have a block or not, I will offer legs up the wall as a final pose. If you're going with me, bend the knee, so flex those hips. Lift the legs on up to the sky. Whether they're on a block or not, doesn't matter, you still get the benefit. This is the same benefit as that shoulder stand we just took. And this can be a shape that you stay in for the rest of practice. It's great to, again, activate the parasympathetic state, the rest and digest. It's really good to counter any achy muscles in the legs. It's really good for restless leg syndrome, insomnia, depression, anxiety. It's a very grounding and stable pose. This is how I usually take my Shavasana in class. But if you prefer to take traditional corpse pose, you can bring your legs down, take up some space. Set yourself up for whatever final rest you need, knowing that the arm balances are not the culminating pose in yoga. The culminating pose, the most challenging pose, is the final rest. We're inundated with so much stimuli, especially nowadays, between TV, the phones, social media, work, family, friends, children, pets. Like, there's so much that we have going on that when we do find a moment of stillness, our minds don't know what to do with it. And we start to implant and embed words, phrases, thoughts, anxieties, because we're so used to being so active all the time. And the reason why we have the yoga postures, yes, it's good to stretch and to move the body, of course. But the final rest, the meditation, the pause, the surrender and letting go was the first pose in yoga. But it became increasingly difficult to stay in the meditative state as the distractions of life just increased. And so we started to incorporate, we being the gurus that came ahead of me, more posture, thinking that if you can fatigue the body enough, finding stillness at the end will be easier. But then we progressed as we do. And as we progressed in the physical practices, we had to add more challenging things that kept us in the present moment, because it's difficult to balance on your hands while stressing about your kids or your pets or your job. You have to be in the moment when you're doing those poses. And those are all for preparation for this pose right here. So enjoy the quiet, enjoy the stillness, and surrender. My friends, if you would like to stay here just a bit longer, stay as long as you can. If you're needing to move on with your day or your evening, take a deep breath in. And an open mouth exhale. Start to invite small movements in the toes, in the ankles, in the wrists, and the gentle sway of your head from side to side. Use your next in-breath, reach your arms overhead, stretch long. And as you exhale, hug your knees into your chest. If you're still on your prop, as you roll to your preferred side, simply roll off the prop. Come into the fetal position. On whichever side you're called into, bottom arm, that bicep is your pillow. Notice what it feels like coming out of the stillness. Press into your top hand, find a comfortable space. Your eyes remain closed, and place one hand over your heart, opposite hand on top. Feeling your heart beating under your hands, a reminder that you are alive and well. And asking yourself the same question you did in the beginning of practice. How can you be authentically you? How can you invite in just a little bit more playfulness, silliness? We hold on to playfulness as a child. We think about our friends at recess who we're going to play with, what we're going to do after school over the summer, not a care in the world. And then as we get older, real life hits us and we have to shift our focus on food shopping and making dinner and taking care of our pets and our family and just all the things, which of course we can't let go of and not do, but can you pull back a little bit and just have a tiny bit more fun? A little less serious, a little more playful. This journey of life is so short and sweet. Don't make it all about work.
Hands come in prayer position to the first eye center, your seat of intuition. May you always be authentically you. May you find playfulness in serious situations. May you bring the joy everywhere you go. Thank you all so much for tuning in and practicing. I humbly bow to each of you. Namaste.